Welcome back to the channel Numismatics Coins Hunters. Today we're exploring the fascinating 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin, a small coin with a big story. From its famous beaver design to possible rare errors and hidden collector value, this dirty silver-colored nickel might be worth more than you think. Stay tuned as we uncover its history, value, secrets, and the exciting treasures collectors are still searching for today. Top 6 First coin. The 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin, often called the Canadian nickel, is one of those everyday coins that many people ignore. Yet collectors and coin hunters still search through jars, rolls, and old collections hoping to find an unusual example, rare error, or high-grade survivor. When people talk about a dirty silver-color 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin, they are usually referring to a circulated coin that has toned, darkened, or developed natural wear over time. Even though this coin is not actually made of pure silver, its metallic appearance can still look silver-like, especially after years of circulation. For YouTube viewers and coin collectors, coins like this are exciting because ordinary pocket change can sometimes carry hidden value depending on condition, mint errors, and collector demand. Many beginners are shocked to learn that even a modern Canadian nickel from 2001 can sell for much more than face value if it has the right features or exceptional preservation. The history of the 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin connects directly to Canada's long tradition of producing durable and recognizable coinage for everyday use. The Royal Canadian Mint continued striking the famous beaver nickel design in 2001, a design that has become one of the most iconic images in Canadian coin history. Canada had already gone through major changes in coin production during the late 20th century, including experiments with different metal compositions to reduce production costs. By 2001, the country was using plated steel technology for several denominations, helping the mint create coins more efficiently while still maintaining their recognizable appearance. The year 2001 itself was an important period globally because the world was entering a new millennium, and coin collectors were paying close attention to modern coins that marked the early years of the 2000s. Many collectors today enjoy building complete date sets of Canadian nickels, which keeps interest in coins like the 2001 issue alive in the numismatic market. The design details of the 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin are an important reason collectors appreciate it. On the obverse or front side, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Canadian artist Susanna Blunt. This portrait became notable because it showed the Queen in a more mature and realistic style without a crown, something different from earlier royal portraits used on Canadian coinage. Around the portrait are inscriptions including Elizabeth II and DG Regina, which is short for the Latin phrase meaning by the grace of God, Queen. On the reverse side appears the famous beaver design created by G.E. Kruger Gray. The beaver has been associated with Canadian identity for generations and represents the country's fur trade heritage and hardworking national character. The denomination 5 cents and the date 2001 also appear on the reverse. The coin has a diameter of approximately 21.2 millimeters and weighs about 3.95 grams. By this period, the coin was made using multiply plated steel, giving it its silver-colored appearance while keeping production costs lower than older nickel compositions. The edge of the coin is plain, without reeds, which is another identifying feature collectors examine carefully. When discussing mint marks, the 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin becomes especially interesting. Most regular circulation coins from this year do not carry a traditional mint mark because they were produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, which historically often struck circulation coins without visible mint letters. However, some collector versions and special sets may include small marks or unique finishes depending on the issue type. Canadian coin collecting. The absence of a mint mark usually does not mean an error, unlike certain United States coins where missing mint marks can create major rarity. Still, advanced collectors pay attention to tiny design differences, strike quality, and dye varieties that can sometimes separate an ordinary coin from a collectible one. Coins produced at the Royal Canadian Mint are respected worldwide because the mint is known for advanced technology and high-quality production methods. The mintage numbers for the 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin were very high because this was a normal circulation issue intended for everyday commerce across Canada. Hundreds of millions were produced, making the standard version common in circulated condition. Because of this large mintage, most worn examples are worth only face value or slightly more. However, scarcity changes dramatically when collectors begin searching for flawless uncirculated examples, rare errors, or coins with unusual strike characteristics. Modern coins with huge mintages can still become valuable if very few survive in perfect mint state grades. That is why professional grading companies and serious collectors continue examining coins from years like 2001 very carefully. In today's market, value depends heavily on condition and whether the coin has any rare error or unusual feature. A heavily worn or dirty circulated 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin is generally worth around face value, roughly 5 Canadian cents. In average circulated condition, collectors might pay a small premium, especially if the coin has attractive toning or strong detail. In fine condition, where more design details remain visible, values can range from a few cents to perhaps $1 depending on collector interest. Extremely fine examples with sharp details and less wear may sell for $1 to $3. Uncirculated examples taken from rolls or mint sets can bring several dollars, especially if they show strong luster and no damage. High-grade mint state coins certified by grading companies such as MS66 or MS67 may reach significantly higher prices because collectors compete for top population examples. Certain certified pieces have sold for dozens or even hundreds of dollars when exceptional quality and registry set competition increase demand. Actual auction records depend greatly on grading, eye appeal, and rarity of the specific specimen being sold. One of the most exciting parts of collecting the 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin is the possibility of discovering rare errors and varieties. Collectors search for doubled dies where letters or numbers appear duplicated because of die manufacturing mistakes. Off-center strikes are also popular because part of the design is missing while the coin still shows the date. Some collectors have discovered die cracks running across parts of the design, creating raised lines on the coin's surface. Broad strikes, where the coin expands beyond its normal shape because the retaining collar failed, can attract strong collector interest. Rotated dies are another fascinating error where the front and back designs do not align properly when the coin is turned. Clipped planchets, missing plating, and wrong planchet errors are especially valuable because they are more unusual. Since the 2001 nickel used plated steel technology, plating defects can create strange appearances that collectors eagerly study. Error coins are highly dependent on authenticity and condition, so professional examination is often recommended before selling. The hidden treasure angle is what makes this coin especially exciting for YouTube audiences and beginner collectors. Even today, a 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin can still appear in circulation, old coin jars, estate collections, flea markets, garage sales, or forgotten boxes in drawers. Many people ignore nickels because they seem common, but experienced coin hunters know that valuable errors and high-grade coins often hide among ordinary change. Some collectors buy bank rolls searching for pristine examples or unusual varieties. Others discover collectible coins while sorting through inherited family collections. The thrill comes from never knowing when a simple-looking coin could turn out to be a scarce error worth far more than 5 cents. For collectors, several important tips should always be remembered before selling or grading a 2001 Canadian nickel. The first rule is never clean the coin. Cleaning can damage the surface permanently and reduce collector value dramatically. Even a dirty-looking coin may be worth more with its original natural surfaces intact. Collectors should examine the coin carefully under good lighting and magnification, checking for doubling, cracks, off-center strikes, or unusual coloration. Storing the coin safely is also essential. Using coin holders, flips, or acid-free albums can prevent scratches and environmental damage. If a coin appears unusually sharp or contains a possible mint error, professional grading services may help confirm authenticity and increase buyer confidence. The investment potential of the 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin depends mainly on condition, rarity, and collector interest in modern Canadian coinage. Ordinary circulated pieces are unlikely to become major investments because of their huge production numbers. However, certified high-grade examples and dramatic mint errors continue attracting strong demand in the numismatic market. Modern Canadian coins are gaining more attention worldwide because the Royal Canadian Mint has a strong reputation for innovation and quality. As more collectors build registry sets and compete for top-condition coins, premium examples of modern issues may continue rising in value. While this coin should not be viewed as a guaranteed path to riches, rare varieties and superb mint state examples could become increasingly desirable over time. There are also several fun facts about the Canadian 5-cent coin that many viewers may not know. The famous beaver design has appeared on Canadian nickels for decades and remains one of the country's most recognizable coin symbols. Earlier Canadian nickels were actually made from nickel metal, which is why people still commonly call the coin a nickel, even after the composition changed. Canada has experimented with many different coin materials throughout its history, making composition varieties an interesting area for collectors. Some people are surprised to learn that modern plated steel coins can sometimes react differently to magnets, creating another fun test for collectors at home. As we come to the end of this fascinating journey into the 2001 Canadian 5-cent coin, remember that valuable discoveries can still happen in everyday change. That old dirty silver-colored nickel sitting in a jar or forgotten drawer could contain an unusual error, a rare high-grade strike, or a collectible feature that many people overlook. Coin collecting is not only about money. It is about history, discovery, and the excitement of finding something special hidden in plain sight. If you enjoyed learning about this amazing Canadian coin, make sure to like the video, leave a comment about your best coin discovery, subscribe for more rare coin stories, and start checking your own coins today because the next valuable treasure could already be in your pocket. Second coin, the 2003 Canadian 5-cent coin, is one of the most interesting modern Canadian circulation coins that collectors still search for today. Even though millions were produced, many people become excited when they find one in old jars, pocket change, estate boxes, or coin rolls because older Canadian nickels carry strong historical appeal and beautiful classic wildlife design. This coin is commonly called the Canadian nickel, even though modern versions are no longer made from pure nickel. The 2003 issue has a silver-colored appearance, and in circulated or dirty condition it often develops darker gray tones, scratches, and age marks that give it a vintage look collectors enjoy examining. Many beginner collectors think every old-looking coin is rare, but the real value of this coin depends heavily on condition, errors, and preservation. Some ordinary examples are worth only a small premium, while special high-grade pieces and rare mint errors can sell for much higher prices in the collector market. The history of the 2003 Canadian 5-cent coin connects to a long tradition of Canadian coinage that goes back more than a century. Canada first introduced the small 5-cent denomination in the 1800s, and over time the coin became one of the country's most recognizable pieces of daily money. By 2003, Canada was already famous worldwide for producing high-quality coins through the Royal Canadian Mint. During the early 2000s, Canada was modernizing many of its coin production techniques and experimenting with plated steel compositions to reduce manufacturing costs while keeping coins durable for circulation. The year 2003 itself was an important period in Canadian history because the country was experiencing strong technological growth, expanding trade, and increased global attention to modern minting innovations. Coin collectors often study coins from this era because they represent the transition from older heavy nickel compositions into more cost-efficient plated steel coinage. For numismatists, the 2003 5-cent piece represents a modern circulation coin with strong historical roots tied to Canada's wildlife coin traditions. The design of the 2003 Canadian 5-cent coin remains one of the most beloved coin designs in North America. On the front side, also called the obverse, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. The portrait was created by Canadian artist Susanna Blunt, whose design became famous because it showed the Queen without a crown, giving the portrait a more realistic and modern appearance compared to earlier royal coin portraits. Around the portrait are inscriptions identifying the Queen and the year 2003. On the reverse side appears the famous Canadian beaver design created by artist G.E. Kruger Gray. The beaver is shown standing on a rock surrounded by water, symbolizing Canada's natural heritage, hardworking spirit, and fur trade history. The word Canada appears above the beaver while 5 cents appears below. The coin has a diameter of approximately 21.2 millimeters and weighs about 3.95 grams. By 2003, the Royal Canadian Mint was using multiply-plated steel for many nickels, giving the coin its silver appearance while keeping production costs lower than older pure nickel versions. The edge of the coin is smooth rather than reeded, which is another classic feature collectors recognize immediately. One important detail collectors always study is the mint mark information. Most 2003 Canadian 5-cent coins were produced by the Royal Canadian Mint in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Unlike many United States coins, Canadian coins often do not carry large visible mint marks identifying the location. Instead, the Royal Canadian Mint itself is understood as the official producer. Some collectors search carefully for small symbols, special commemorative marks, or test varieties connected to minting experiments. In general, the standard 2003 circulation nickel does not carry a traditional mint mark like American coins from Philadelphia or Denver. However, collectors still examine these coins closely because subtle differences in strike quality, plating, or die characteristics can affect desirability. Coins struck more sharply with stronger details are usually worth more, especially in mint state condition. When discussing mintage numbers, the 2003 Canadian 5-cent coin is considered common overall because tens of millions were struck for circulation. The Royal Canadian Mint produced a very large quantity to meet everyday commercial demand across Canada. Because of this high production, ordinary circulated examples are easy to find today. However, condition changes everything in coin collecting. Most surviving coins entered heavy circulation and became scratched, dirty, faded, or worn from years of handling. Truly pristine examples with full original mint luster are far scarcer than the total mintage suggests. High-grade coins certified by professional grading companies become much more desirable because few examples survive without damage. This is why collectors still search through rolls and old collections hopping to discover sharply struck uncirculated specimens. Today's value of a 2003 Canadian 5-cent coin depends greatly on grade, eye appeal, and possible mint errors. A heavily worn or poor condition example with dirt, corrosion, or major scratches is usually worth only face value or slightly above it. In normal circulated condition, most examples typically sell for around 25 cents to $1 depending on appearance. Fine condition pieces with moderate wear but clear details may sell for $1 to $3. Extremely fine examples with strong detail and limited wear can reach around $5 or slightly more. Uncirculated coins showing original mint shine often trade between $5 and $20 depending on quality. High mint state certified coins, especially MS66 or higher, can become much more valuable because condition rarity increases sharply at those levels. Some professionally graded top population examples have sold for over $100 at auction. Special errors or unusual varieties can sometimes sell for significantly more if authenticated by experts. However, ordinary dirty circulated examples generally remain inexpensive collector coins rather than rare treasures. Collectors become especially excited when discussing rare errors and varieties for modern Canadian nickels. The 2003 issue may occasionally appear with off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, rotated dies, or plating errors. Some examples show weakly struck areas caused by minting pressure problems, while others reveal unusual surface bubbling from plating defects. Double die effects, where lettering or details appear doubled, can also attract attention if genuine. Broad strike errors without a proper rim are collectible because they escape the mint during production mistakes. Wrong planchet errors are especially valuable if the coin was accidentally struck on metal intended for another denomination. Error coins must always be authenticated because many damaged coins are incorrectly mistaken for mint errors. Genuine mint errors usually show clear evidence of production mistakes rather than post-mint damage from circulation or tools. One reason YouTube viewers love hearing about this coin is the hidden treasure angle. Even today, 2003 Canadian 5-cent coins can still be found in circulation, coin rolls, old piggy banks, inherited collections, antique stores, flea markets, and forgotten drawers. Many people overlook them because they appear ordinary at first glance. However, collectors know that checking dates, condition, and unusual errors carefully can sometimes reveal surprising finds. Roll hunters especially enjoy searching Canadian nickels because modern varieties and errors continue appearing in circulation. Estate sales and old family coin boxes can occasionally contain uncirculated examples stored away for years. While most finds are common, the excitement comes from the possibility that one overlooked coin could contain a rare error or unusually high-grade preservation. Before selling any 2003 Canadian nickel, collectors should inspect the coin carefully under good lighting. Important areas include the Queen's portrait, the beaver design, lettering sharpness, rim quality, and overall surface condition. Beginners should avoid cleaning coins because cleaning usually damages the original surface and lowers collector value dramatically. Even dirty natural tunning is often preferred over harsh cleaning scratches. If a coin appears unusually sharp or possibly contains a mint error, professional grading from a respected company may help confirm authenticity and increase market confidence. Safe storage is also very important. Coins should be kept in holders, flips, or albums away from moisture and fingerprints because steel core-plated coins can corrode if exposed to humidity for long periods. From an investment perspective, the 2003 Canadian 5-cent coin is not considered a major rare-date investment coin in ordinary circulated condition. However, interest in modern Canadian errors and high-grade registry coins continues growing steadily. Younger collectors entering the hobby often enjoy affordable modern coins because they are easier to collect than extremely expensive classic rarities. Certified top-grade examples and dramatic mint errors may continue gaining value as collector demand increases. Coins with strong eye appeal, original mint luster, and low population reports usually have the best long-term potential. While most ordinary examples will remain affordable, exceptional pieces could become more desirable in future collector markets. There are also several fun facts about this coin that many viewers may not know. The Canadian beaver design is one of the oldest continuing coin designs in the world and has appeared on Canadian nickels for generations. Canada was once famous for producing nickels made from nearly pure nickel metal, which is why many people still call the denomination a nickel, even after composition changes. The Royal Canadian Mint is widely respected internationally for advanced minting technology and has even produced coins for other countries. Some collectors specifically search for dark-toned or naturally aged coins because the silver-colored surfaces can develop unique appearances over time. Others enjoy comparing older heavy nickel versions with the lighter plated steel issues from the early 2000s. And that brings us to the fascinating story of the 2003 Canadian 5-cent coin. What looks like an ordinary dirty silver-colored nickel could actually hold collector interest depending on condition, rarity, and mint errors. Always check your old Canadian coins carefully because hidden treasures can still appear in everyday collections and forgotten boxes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin history, value guides, mint error discoveries, and hidden treasure hunts from around the world. And before you leave, take another look at your pocket change today because the next valuable coin might already be in your hands. Next up, the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin is one of those small everyday coins that many people ignore. But coin collectors know that even an ordinary-looking nickel can sometimes hide surprising value. When people discover a dirty silver-colored 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin in an old jar, coin roll, drawer, or inherited collection, they often wonder if they have found something rare. This coin attracts attention because Canada's coinage history is respected worldwide for beautiful wildlife designs, high-quality minting, and collectible varieties. The 2006 Canadian nickel may not usually be worth thousands of dollars in normal condition, but special errors, high grades, and unusual varieties can make certain examples highly collectible and valuable. For YouTube viewers and beginner collectors, this coin is especially interesting because it is still possible to find one in circulation today, making it feel like a real hidden treasure hunt. The history of the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin connects directly to the long tradition of Canadian nickels that began in the early 20th century. Canada first introduced the famous beaver design in 1937, and over the decades the beaver became one of the most recognizable animal symbols on Canadian coins. By 2006, Canada was already famous for modern minting technology and creative coin production through the Royal Canadian Mint. The year 2006 was important because Canada was experiencing strong economic growth, modernizing its currency system, and continuing its transition toward more cost-efficient coin production. Earlier Canadian nickels had been made from pure nickel for many years, but by the 2000s the composition changed to reduce manufacturing costs. Even though millions of these coins were produced for everyday commerce, collectors now study them carefully for mint errors, sharp strikes, and unusual surfaces. Many people overlook them because they appear common, but the coin market has shown that modern circulation coins can become collectible faster than expected, especially when preserved in excellent condition. The design details of the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin are one of the reasons collectors admire it. On the front side, known as the obverse, the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. The portrait used during this period was designed by Susanna Blunt, whose artwork became famous because it showed the queen without a crown, giving the image a more modern and realistic appearance. Around the portrait are inscriptions including Elizabeth II and DG Regina, which is a Latin abbreviation meaning, by the grace of God, Queen. On the reverse side appears the iconic Canadian beaver resting on a rock, a design originally created by artist G.E. Kruger Gray. The beaver symbolizes hard work, determination, and Canadian identity. The coin has a silver color because of its metallic plating and steel core. The 2006 issue was typically made of multiply-plated steel rather than solid nickel. The coin weighs approximately 3.95 grams and measures about 21.2 millimeters in diameter. It has a smooth edge rather than a reeded one, which is another classic feature of Canadian nickels. Even though millions were produced, sharp details in the beaver's fur and clean surfaces are important for collectors when determining grade and value. When discussing mint marks, the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin becomes even more interesting. Most standard circulation examples do not feature a traditional mint mark because they were produced by the Royal Canadian Mint without special location identifiers like many American coins. In Canada, the absence of a mint mark on modern circulation issues is normal and does not automatically indicate rarity. However, collectors carefully inspect these coins for small symbols, test strikes, commemorative variations, or unusual production marks that occasionally appear on special issues. Coins struck at different facilities or under special production circumstances can sometimes develop collectible varieties. While the standard 2006 nickel is not considered a rare mint mark issue, certain error examples with striking abnormalities can command much higher prices. The mintage numbers for the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin were very large because the coin was produced for heavy circulation across Canada. Tens of millions entered everyday commerce, making the standard coin common in worn condition. Because of this high production, circulated examples are usually easy to find and often carry only small collector premiums. However, rarity in coin collecting is not always about total mintage alone. Condition plays a major role. High-grade mint state examples with strong luster, minimal scratches, and excellent strike quality are far harder to locate because most coins quickly became damaged in circulation. As a result, Collectors compete for top-quality certified examples, especially those graded MS66, MS67, or higher by professional grading services. Today's value of a 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin depends heavily on condition, eye appeal, and whether any rare errors are present. In poor or heavily circulated condition, the coin is generally worth only face value or slightly above it, often around 5 to 25 cents in collector markets. In average circulated condition with visible wear but readable details, values may range from 25 cents to $1. Fine condition coins with stronger detail and less wear can sometimes sell for $1 to $3. Extremely fine examples with sharp detail and limited circulation marks may reach $3 to $10 depending on quality. Uncirculated examples with original mint luster are more collectible and can sell for $10 to $30 or more. Professionally graded mint state coins in very high grades may achieve significantly higher prices at auction, particularly if they possess exceptional surfaces or rare mint errors. Certain certified examples with striking errors have sold for much higher premiums because collectors of Canadian modern errors are willing to pay strong prices for unusual pieces. Although ordinary 2006 nickels are not millionaire coins, exceptional examples can still surprise collectors with impressive market value. One of the most exciting parts of collecting the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin involves searching for rare errors and varieties. Error coins create huge excitement because they are accidental mistakes made during the minting process. Collectors examine these coins carefully for doubled dies, where letters or numbers appear double because of die misalignment. Off-center strikes are another popular error, occurring when the coin blank is not correctly positioned during striking, causing part of the design to be missing. Clip planchet errors happen when part of the metal blank is cut incorrectly, leaving a curved missing section. Broad strike errors appear when the retaining collar fails, causing the coin to spread outward unusually. Rotated die errors occur when the front and back designs are not aligned properly. Die cracks can create raised lines across the coin surface, and wrong planchet errors happen when the coin is accidentally struck on metal intended for another denomination. These errors are rare compared to normal coins, which is why collectors pay premium prices for genuine authenticated examples. The hidden treasure angle makes this coin especially exciting for YouTube audiences and beginner treasure hunters. Because the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin is still relatively modern, it can still appear in circulation, especially in old jars, piggy banks, inherited collections, garage sales, estate sales, or forgotten coin boxes. Many people ignore small coins, assuming they are worthless, which means collectible examples sometimes remain undiscovered. Coin roll hunters frequently search bank rolls looking for uncirculated pieces, errors, or unusual varieties. Some collectors have even found valuable modern Canadian error coins mixed into ordinary change. This possibility keeps the excitement alive because anyone could potentially discover an overlooked treasure hiding among everyday coins. Collectors should always examine a 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin carefully before selling it. Condition is extremely important in determining value. Beginners should avoid cleaning coins because cleaning can permanently damage surfaces and reduce collector value dramatically. Even a dirty coin may be worth more untouched than polished. Collectors should inspect the coin under good lighting and magnification to check for errors, unusual shine, doubled lettering, or strike abnormalities. If a coin appears especially sharp or unusual, professional grading from a respected service may increase its market appeal. Safe storage is also important. Coins should be kept in protective holders, flips, or albums away from moisture and fingerprints to preserve their surfaces over time. The investment potential of the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin depends mainly on grade, rarity, and collector demand. Common circulated examples are unlikely to become major financial investments, but certified high-grade coins and rare error varieties have stronger long-term potential. Modern coin collecting has grown significantly because younger collectors enjoy searching pocket change and building affordable collections. Canadian coins also attract international collectors due to their artistic designs and respected minting quality. As time passes and fewer pristine examples survive, top-condition coins may continue increasing in value. Error coins especially remain popular because each one is unique in some way, making them highly desirable among specialized collectors. There are several fun facts about the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin that many viewers may not know. Although people still call it a nickel, the coin is no longer made primarily of nickel metal. Canada changed compositions over time to reduce production costs. The famous beaver design has appeared on Canadian nickels for generations and is one of the longest-running wildlife coin designs in the world. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on this coin is also historically important because Susanna Blunt became the first Canadian artist to design a portrait of the Queen for circulation coinage. Another interesting fact is that modern plated steel coins can sometimes develop unusual magnetic behavior, which surprises many beginners when testing their change. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin. Small coins can hide big stories and sometimes even hidden value. Before you spend your spare change, make sure to check every coin carefully because rare errors and collectible high-grade pieces can still be out there waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin history, valuable coin discoveries, and hidden treasure hunts from around the world. And most importantly, start checking your coins today because your next valuable collectible could already be sitting in your pocket right now.